Welcome back to our beginner guide. Enjoy! Once again, we're focusing on gathering resources when you can. Grab twigs, grab grass, grab whatever you need to make sure that you have everything ready to go and stacked up. Now, remember, resources are huge. So the more resources you get, the better. The more you have on hand, you can go ahead and you can place them in your chest for the future. You don't need to worry about, oh no, I'm running out of twigs. Well, you always have backup inside the chest. So a few things that I want to make sure that you go down and get to make sure you have for the next few nights, because I'm going to show you a few things in springtime, is once again, we want to make sure that we have adequate amount of light bulbs. So find yourself, if you guys already haven't in the previous episodes, find yourself a nice little cave entrance to go downstairs and grab some light bulbs. We're going to go down there in the morning. I'm actually going to choose to go down there in the morning instead of the nighttime, just so we can quickly run down and come back up. Make sure that you get yourself also some, do we have any? We have some green caps, some more cactus in case you need some, and we'll go back there and get those as well too. I don't think we actually found any wormholes that let us right exactly where we needed to go last time, so we got a little bit unlucky that way, but that's okay. We're gonna go back there anyways. Now, as you can tell, part of my map is still somewhat unexplored, so that's something I wanted to talk about as well too, that I didn't really mention in previous videos. Some people always ask me, is it wise to explore the entire map? Yes, 100%. When I first did this, we kind of explored the most important areas that we needed. But I would advise that if you have time in between getting your resources, making sure your character's not starving, always go around and explore. But be very careful, because if you decide that you want to go and explore around here, you might be encountered with a bunch of spiders or anything else that might be wandering out there. So just be very careful and make sure that you always have what we've mentioned before, which is a log suit and at least some sort of protection if possible. As always, our handbat is starting to go bad, so we want to make sure that we get ourselves a new handbat. And if you guys have forgotten how to do that already, you're going to want to take 4 monster meat. You want to make sure that you have your thermal stone, and you want to go visit the pigs that are over by the side of your base. So let's go have a little chat with the pigs, make sure that they're doing good. Hello, pig. All right, you're gonna be my little sacrifice today. All right, there we go. So a little piggy. Take our umbrella off, get ready to equip our log suit, and here we go. One more eat. There you go. Equip and smash. Now, when you're doing this, you're also going to want to make sure that you're just basically you're holding control F. As long as you have full HP and you have a log suit on, you're not going to take too much damage whatsoever, so don't be too scared. And if you're playing Wilson like me, you're noticing, why did he leave his beard full again? Well, I like to leave my beard full just because, especially in springtime, you're going to also start to get cold at times as well too. So springtime doesn't really matter. You could leave your beard on the entire time, but as soon as summertime hits, we're going to be shaving our beard off. And how do we shave our beard? Well, obviously with a little razor. So we're not going to do it right now, but for the sake of our sanity, and once again, remember, your sanity is a huge problem if you don't know how to combat any of the shadow creatures, if you're struggling with them. So how do we make our sanity up? Once again, we go through and we make things that have the little icon of the little light bulb. So if you are struggling with sanity, well, make yourself a shovel, make yourself some things. As long as you have it, your sanity is going to go up a little bit. And as long as you have the adequate amount of flint around, you might as well do it. I'm going to keep the little razor aside for future, and then I'm going to remake myself my handbat, and I'm going to toss away the old one right here. Goodbye, handbat. We'll miss you. All right, so now we have our log suit. We have our thermal stone, which we don't really need to keep on us right now, but I'm going to actually do that. And we're going to start preparing ourselves for winter. Before we do that, let's go down the caves real quick. As promised, we're going to go run into the caves. We're going to go get ourselves more light bulbs for the next few days. And then we're going to come back and get ourselves extra prepared for summer. Now, the greater majority of people during spring might forget because they're so preoccupied with, oh my gosh, look at all this stuff. There's like this. There's this growing, there's that growing, there's perfect time to start growing all my crops that I've always wanted to grow. But they always sometimes forget the most important things, and that's getting yourself ready for summertime. Summer is one of the harshest seasons in Don't Starve Together. If you, for some odd reason, find yourself struggling in winter, I feel like you're going to struggle even more in summertime. I've played lots of DST, and I really do not like summertime at all. Some people might argue otherwise and say, that's really weird. It's actually one of the easier seasons. But in truth, I don't think so. The biggest, harshest thing about summertime is walking around and always making sure that you're not overheating. And unfortunately, in summer, there's really only one way to stop that from happening, and that's by using a thing called an endothermic fire pit. So as I've showed you before, we already have one prepared, and you don't want to be using this. You want to keep it around, but you want to make sure that you have adequate amount of niter and everything left over, just in case you accidentally, run out or you don't have enough stuff. So we're going to get that ready there as soon as we go up. Hello, bunnymen. We're not going to mess with the bunnymen right now. We're not going to really mess with anything downstairs just yet. And that is what summertime is for. So let's go back upstairs, go back to our base. We refilled our lantern, our miner hat, which is awesome. So that's all prepared. But we're gonna go back upstairs and we're gonna get ourselves ready. Let's ignore these bats. We don't need to fight them right now. I'm just gonna run around in circles. If for some odd reason a bat does hit you, don't be scared. Don't worry too much about it. It's not a big deal. They don't do too much damage, but just know that you could always fight back if you really wanted to, even without armor. As long as there's not multiple bats, you should be fine. But just be careful because you never know, right? Okay, so as we go back here, we're gonna show you alternate ways of making a few things as well too in the next episode. But we're gonna go and make a few things right now that I want to get everyone ready to go for summertime. Okay, so here we go. We have our 3 fridges. We have our first fridge with all the ice, which we're definitely going to need in case we need to make another flingo for some odd reason. We have our pierogies that are about to go pretty bad. We have all of our stuff that is still left over to make more pierogies. But something that I want you to do is I want you to take your thermostone that is at 50%, and I want you to place it in the fridge. We don't need it right now anyways. It's springtime after all. We have our beard. If you're playing any other player other than Wilson, that's fine too. Just make sure that you're not getting yourself too cold. If it starts to rain, you take out your umbrella or your umbrella. And we're gonna make another one. So, going through all of our stuff, what do we have here? We have 1 pickaxe. We have 2 pickaxes. Now, if you were listening to me before, you want to make sure that you always leave your junky pickaxes at low percentage because this is the reason why you want to do it. So we're going to go back here. We're going to make another thermal stone. We're going to take that thermal stone. We're going to toss it in the fridge. And we're going to take another thermal stone. This is very tedious, but it's very worthwhile. Let's grab some rocks, which I think we're in... Uh-oh, did I use all my rocks? Okay, well, anyways, 2 thermal stones is fine for now. We don't have to overdo it if we don't really want to. Now, why did I put that in the fridge? Okay, so during summertime, the best place to have your thermal stone is going to be in the fridge, much like we did before where we got ourselves prepared by leaving our thermal stone next to, by leaving our thermal stone next to the fire pit. So now instead we are actually going to be leaving them in the fridge. So every time we start to get boiling, we come back to the base, we're like, oh, overheating, what's going on? There's 2 options. You can either recycle your stuff by going into the fridge and putting basically your thermostone back in there. I'm gonna eat the seed because it's useless. And you now can just go in and grab a fresh thermal stone that's nice and chilly, and you're ready to go. Now, there's another option. Well, you're not going to place down your endothermic fire pit. Endothermic fire pits are exactly like a campfire. They only last a temporary amount of time, and then they disappear. Well, what are we going to do otherwise? Like, what if we're at the base? Like, what's the difference between, like, how are we going to cool off? Do we have to wait for our thermal stone to seriously cool off in the ice box? No, we do not. Let's start making some stuff now. After all, it is day 47. It's halfway through spring. Summer is coming upon us very quickly. We don't have much time. We got to go. So let's look for that niter that we kept around. Okay, there we go. We only have 10 of them, which is very limited. What else do we need? We are going to make ourselves an endothermic fire pit instead of just the endothermic fire. So the endothermic fire pit we're going to be creating. So let's grab any extra cut stone that we already got ready in here because I know we got a few of them. There they are. And it's about time as well too. Okay, so let's hurry up and get this done real fast. 1, 2, and we still need 2 more cut stone. And there we go. Okay, now do not place this within your flingomatic. I cannot stress enough how much that matters. Place this somewhere over here, and I'm going to show you why we're going to do that. Because it really does matter. Actually, you know what? Better yet, we're going to make 2 of these. I'll show you why. But there you have it. Now, we're getting ourselves ready for summer. edging towards just getting close to preparing ourselves to go on a cave adventure once summertime hits, as long as we have everything we need. In the next episode, we're going to go over a few special things that we're going to get ourselves even further ready for summertime, and potentially showing you one of the bosses that walks around during spring that could cause havoc and to what to be ready for. But I hope you guys had an awesome time watching the video so far, and I will see you guys in a few minutes with the next one. I'm going to continue to do more and more of these videos as often as I can, because I know how much you guys love them. And now that we reached 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I feel like so happy that has finally happened. So once again, if you've liked the video so far, please give it a like. Please subscribe if you've enjoyed it, and feel free to reach out to me on Twitch TV at All Fun and Games there. I'm open to any questions, or if you want to play with me anytime that I'm live, and I stream every single day, twice a day, 3:30 Eastern till 6:30, and again at 10:30 till 1 o'clock in the morning. So I hope to see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye.